And I would like to welcome you to our 9th grade Academic Awards program. So good evening. Welcome. This is our actual 12th program of 9th grade awards. I appreciate you taking the time this evening to be here, and we look forward to recognizing all of your sons and daughters tonight. We actually began this program for a separate night for freshmen because of the large number of students we had to recognize and honor when we had the whole entire school together. Okay, it was a nice problem to have, but we found that this format, by separating out the 9th graders, was very enjoyable because we simply got to focus on our 9th graders. And in fact, we have gotten off to such a great start that this is a fact that won't get lost among the upperclassmen awards. Tonight I would like to introduce one of our special guests to you who has a few opening remarks, and that would be our Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Angela Smith.
Good evening. It's hard to believe that this is my 11th year in Madison, and 11 years ago I was exactly where Mrs. Triana was, emceeing this program, and it's one of my favorites, and I very rarely miss this unless there's something else so urgent going on in my life. So thank you for letting me be here tonight. It is truly a celebration of learning at the beginning of the high school experience, and it honors what we do in schools that's important, and that is education. Education that is comprised of dedicated students and teachers who come together for the art of teaching and learning. You're going to hear over the next several months about growth, data, student performance, Common Core standards, but what truly matters is the art of learning. Students, you're here tonight because you are artists, as are your teachers. And I hope that we as a society continue to honor the art of learning and teaching and the human element involved. We have so much driven on the test sometimes, we forget this is a human occupation, this is a human experience, and it's what binds us as a community. As you go out into the world, the experiences you will remember will not be those of your test scores, but the impact those people around you have had on you. What you will take with you are life lessons that matter: kindness, respect for people's time, your ability to get along with others, collaborative endeavors, and simple manners such as please and thank you. These may sound simple, but I cannot tell you how many times in my own adult life these things are forgotten. Practice these things daily, and you are on the path to success in life. To celebrate tonight your successes this year, thank your parents for supporting you. Let's give them a round of applause. Your teachers for the art of teaching that they engage in daily, because teaching is truly an art. It's not a textbook, it's not a formula, and as a classroom teacher for more than half my career, I can tell you that it is an art, it's not a science. And then in Madison, I want you to remember that we are excellent with distinction, but it's more than just how we do on the state tests. It is our dedication daily to the teaching and learning process. So on behalf of Dr. Gowdy, the Board of Education, I want to congratulate everyone here tonight on tonight's success and all your future successes. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Fisher, our principal, to talk about our dance.
No round of applause. Just a couple things. Before I introduce our guests, I'm real excited to have them come up and talk to you. Just to give you a little background, back and when we first started the program for a number of years, I would always ask a graduate of college, who would, a former student, who would also be graduating, in this case the year 2013, to come back and speak. And what happened a couple years ago, we had to stretch out. May is such a busy month, everything that's going to be happening from the musical and all the other awards programs. It just got to be too compacted, so we moved this up, to this time frame, and the college kids aren't done yet. Most of the college kids are still there. So for a couple of years, we didn't have a guest speaker. So our speaker's coming back, Natalie. And Dan, I was talking to Natalie, who helped coach our basketball team this year, was a volunteer coach, and shared some, I don't want to say too much because it'll steal the thunder from their speech telling themselves about you. But she, I asked her about it, and she sort of looked at me, but she remembers who taught her freshman year and who was her guest speaker that came back. So I think sometimes students, you get tired of hearing parents, you certainly get tired of hearing from me. So I think to hear from some of your peers, because they're a lot closer to your age than I am, I think it will shed some, some interesting thoughts about your high school experience in that. So I do have to apologize. I thought they were the same class year. They're actually, Natalie's 2007 and Deanna's 2008. And so that's a little error in the program there, but until today I thought they were always in the same class. From my memory, it doesn't work as well as it used to. But I'm going to let them tell themselves about you, so if you would join me, Mrs. Natalie Sisler will be our first speaker. Natalie, come on.
Thank you. And before I start, I'd like to apologize in advance. I just got this cold yesterday, so if I have to take a sip of water, excuse me, son. First off, I would like to thank all of you for allowing us this opportunity to come and speak with you. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Fisher for selecting us out of all the other graduates. That was just very nice of him. Also, I would like to congratulate all of you for this great accomplishment. And also, I hope that you will also continue to gain awards throughout high school, and this is just the start of those awards. It's definitely great to be back at the high school. It brings back a lot of great memories. We are both, like Mr. Fisher said, alumni of MHS. I graduated in 2007. While at high school, I played soccer, basketball, and softball. And then after high school, I went on to Hiram College, where I played soccer for 2 years, and I graduated in 2011 with a middle childhood education bachelor's degree. I can confidently say that my success while at Hiram is a direct result from my 4 years here at MHS. Probably like many of you, I enjoyed hanging out with my friends. Also, like many of you are thinking, as a freshman, I thought high school was going to last forever. 4 years can definitely seem like an eternity. And I am a very impatient person, so I just wanted to rush through and get on with my life. But let me tell you from experience, life does not get any easier as you get older. As a freshman, most of you are thinking that I'm crazy. You want more freedom, you want to learn how to drive, can't wait till you turn 18, and then you get to turn 21. But along with these freedoms comes many responsibilities. And trust me, once the bills start coming, they don't stop. So far, I can honestly say that being at high school were some of the best years of my life. It was here that I met some of my closest friends, many of whom I still see and talk to very often. It was here that I was influenced by my teachers in the classroom and with future decisions. And it was right through those gym doors that I met my best friend and my husband, Dan. Fall semester of my senior year, I had to stay during 8th period to film my final gym requirement. And it would definitely be an understatement to say I was a little mad about having to stay those extra 45 minutes. I wanted to get out at 1:05 with all my other classmates, but I had to stay. But looking back now, I'm definitely thankful and grateful for those extra 45 minutes, because otherwise I would have never met Dan. Dan and I dated throughout high school and college, and we just recently got married last August, and we're now living in Painesville, Ohio. High school is also a reminder to me of many different sporting events and dances, including my senior year winter formal. And many people don't think of winter formal being a huge event in somebody's life, but my senior year we made a big event out of it, and all our friends went, and I was actually selected as winter formal queen. This is also a reminder to me of Zach Walks. He was selected that same year as winter formal king. And for those of you that don't know Zach, he was a nice, outgoing young man whose life was suddenly cut short in an accident that same year, right after graduation. This is a situation that many of you may be dealing with right now. A loss so sudden to someone so young, this seems unimaginable, especially to someone you may know. Tragic events like these remind us to appreciate the time we are given. Be sure to stop and smell the roses. Do not take the time you are given for granted. Enjoy every moment, especially because you're 4 years here at MHS, because you're only in high school once. I leave you with a quote by Oprah Winfrey. Living in the moment means letting go of the past and not waiting for the future. It means living your life consciously, aware that each moment you breathe is a gift. And just a quick introduction of Dan. He graduated in 2008. He went on to John Carroll University, where Dan was the first person in his family to graduate from college, and he graduated with a degree in history and a licensure to teach as well. So, without further ado.
Tough act to follow, you know, your wife, always the easiest. Just kidding. I want to thank all of you once again. This is truly an honor, you know. We both love this school community, so it's great to be back. I was listening to a speech recently by Ohio State's head football coach, Urban Meyer. I'm sure many of you have heard of him. He was talking about this chase for perfection. Chase for perfection. A chase for perfection. And I was thinking, in a more general sense, aren't we all chasing something all the time? You know, obviously not perfection, maybe things more attainable, maybe goals, maybe just dreams. Things we're just chasing all the time, always looking ahead, always looking forward. Right now, many of you are freshmen, and you're just starting high school, so now you're thinking of things short term. You know, maybe I'm chasing grades, maybe I'm chasing spots on varsity athletic teams, maybe I'm chasing spots in the band. You know, you're chasing after these things, always looking ahead, not really thinking about the now. And I just want to remind you, you know, just think about the now. You know, enjoy the moment. You know, it may sound cliche to say, stop and smell the roses, but really stop and enjoy the moment. Because before you know it, you know, these 4 years will pass. You know, right now you're thinking, oh, I can't wait till I'm a sophomore. I can't wait till I'm a senior. And then when you're a senior, you're like, oh, I can't wait to college. It's going to be so great. And then you get to college, you're like, oh, I'm tired of being broke. Can't wait to get a job. Because the ramen noodle gets old pretty quick, that's for sure. So, and then, you know, once you get in your career, I'm sure your parents can tell you this, they're probably like, can't wait to retirement and go to a beach somewhere and just sit back and watch the waves roll in. You know? Yeah. Always looking ahead, always, you know, chasing that dream, chasing something, not just enjoying the moment, you know, these precious moments we have in life. But, you know, these family and friends around you came to just enjoy that accomplishment you just achieved. You know, so I just want to tell you, you know, enjoy tonight. Don't focus so much on chasing things or thinking ahead. Just enjoy tonight. You know, thank your parents and your friends for coming to enjoy this night with you. So that's all I have to say. I'm a big fan of brevity. So congrats and thank you.
Natalie, come on back up. We just have a little something, a little token of our appreciation. So if you join me again, thank you, Dan and Natalie, and I'll give it to the wife because that's the important person should hold on to these things. But join me in thanking them again. Okay, now freshmen, if you listen really carefully, what you should have got out of that speech is this. Look around. Look to your right, look to your left, look behind you. Mr. Wright or Mrs. Wright is sitting near you. You might meet your future. Now, they've been their senior year, so I don't know. Give yourself some time with that. All right, moving on to the next part of the program. Now they're worried. Now they're going to go to class tomorrow and worried. All right. I don't know, Mom and Dad are more worried or there. All right, the next part of the program, the top of the class awards, I just want to mention a couple things. We changed the name of it. I think we used to call it outstanding students or outstanding in the subject, but we sort of like this term much better. And I just want to say a couple things. We went to all your teachers throughout the year. We asked for a nomination to the top kids in their class, or who are your top freshmen in the class. And they're going to receive a nice award here. And two things. Number one, if you don't get an award in a specific subject, doesn't mean you didn't do a great job. You know, and the criteria wasn't just base grades. Obviously, you all have good grades or you wouldn't be here. But you might not have the top average, but you did something that left a mark in that class or that teacher. And that's a really commendation to you, whether it was your just your effort in class or what you contributed daily, your work ethic, just the number of intangibles I'm sure went into it. So don't take it as offensive if you didn't get one, but certainly congratulate those that we're going to recognize here. Now we're going to call them up in groups. After we do each subject, you're going to go down to the Street Shack. Miss B Van there will do a little group picture, so we'll do them each subject area there. And that'll be for the yearbook, website, and all those kind of things. So I'm going to turn the program back over to Mrs. Triano.
All right, we'll do the first group, the engineering or pre-engineering. So Isabella DiCamillo, Adam Eli, and Sean Miller. Please come forward.
All right, another round of applause.
Our next group will do English, which is Jacob Barton, Anna Green, Alex Potter, and Delaney Sumrow.
Okay, round of applause.
For our foreign language department, we have Hallie Hertrick, Isabella Illig, and Corey McGinnis.
Stay right here, this is one more applause.
As ninth graders, they take both health and phys ed, so they did a joint recognition, and that group would be Rachel Anderson, Taryn Doyle, Tyler McGroder, and Matt Subak.
Another round of applause.
From our math department, please recognize Michelle Glowich, Matt Lowry, and Jacob R. Smith. When science submitted their names, they were very indecisive. I think they had over a dozen students that had greater than a 100%, so we let them broaden the field a little bit. So for our science group, please welcome Caitlin Brown, Kevin Guerra, Zane Longer, Jacob Smith, and Heather Tanner.
Okay, another round of applause.
From our social studies, please congratulate David Albert, Emily Meisterheim, Jack Rieger, Paige Sabo Dolan. Did we win? Yes. Excellent. And the last area, but definitely not the least, we have technology with Kyle Kitterman and Alex Bernye.
He's a solo, so we got to give him a nice round.
If you would please, just one more round for all the students, as I said. We're going to let Mr. Potts take over for the Perfect Attendance Awards.
Good evening, everybody. The Perfect Attendance Award, I was very impressed with the list this year. I think that it's usually more like 6 or so, and that's pretty impressive to be here every day. So this is a very long and impressive list, so congratulations to your class. This is truly a very difficult accomplishment. It's something you should be very proud of. So let me call you forward. And if they're not here, this doesn't count, by the way. And remember, once you get this award, there's still a month of school to go, so I don't want to have to come back over to your house and get it. So, okay, Sean Aiken.
Slow down, give it to you.
Okay.
This is our first one here. He's home studying.
Yeah. Alice Clifton.
Is there a big test where I didn't know about?
Matthew Conaway. Kevin Cost. Joshua Cram. Yep. Robert Darrow. Kara Elmo Howes. Kyle Gates. Alyssa Grierson. Kevin Guerra. Caitlin Halton. Zachary Kuntz. Chelsea Lowry. Matthew Lowry. Alicia Major. Miguel Marquez de Jesus Stone. Emily Meisterheim. Mackenzie Preston. Vincent Primer. Clayton Pyatt. Michael Sarah. Smith. Jacob R. Smith. Delaney Summerall. Samantha Trauma. Alex Bernier. Desiree Wells. Mackenzie West. And Bradley Weinhold.
Mr. Potts was commenting on what a large group, and I said, yeah, Mrs. Bowman doesn't let anybody skip out on her independence. So, at this point, I'd like to introduce Erica Nalo, who is our Student Council President. She's going to speak a little bit about what Student Council does and award our freshmen presidents and officers. So at this point, Erica.
Hi, I'm Erica. I'm the Student Council President for this year. And I just wanted to come up here today and recognize some of the freshman leaders of Student Council that we've had throughout this school year. Throughout the year, Student Council does events such as the senior versus staff basketball game, the girls powder puff game. We do hall decorations around homecoming and things like that, just to kind of raise funds for the classes and for just school spirit and things like that. So on behalf of Student Council, I wanted to recognize the leadership and service of the freshman class president, Winnie Reed. The freshman class vice president, Robert Darrow. And the freshman class secretary and treasurer, Sandra Cuddy. Great job, guys.
The next student group we'd like to recognize Johnny Baker, who is the Key Club president, will do the presentations. Johnny?
Hi, I'm Johnny, and I am the current president of Key Club. Key Club is an organization for students that want to volunteer and give back to their community. Every week we would meet and I would inform them of activities to perform, such as our blood drives, market day, and assisting at nursing homes. Key Club has no hour requirements to fulfill, which means that the hard efforts and dedication put forth was based upon their own gracious interests. Each of the students that I am calling up have wholeheartedly committed to bettering both their school and community alike. Those who have completed at least 35 hours will receive a pin commemorating their hard work and dedication. First we have Annie Arden. Receiving a pin is Nick Rooney. Also receiving a pin, Matt Conaway. Courtney Francis. Alyssa Keller. Audrey Nix. Winnie Reed. Sydney Sines. Receiving a pin is Delaney Summerall. And Matt Seabeck. Let's give them one more round of applause.
One more round. In case you thought we missed a name, that was actually a misprint. The young woman is a junior, so we'll catch up with her in a couple weeks. At this point, we're going to do what we all came for, which was the academic awards. We present our academic awards to students who have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.25. The first year recipients, which freshmen usually are, they receive a certificate along with a pen. The next time, which is usually as sophomores, they'll receive a medallion. And as a third time academic recipients, they receive a Chanel letter, typically like the athletic letters that you see on sweaters or jackets. Then as seniors, they receive a plaque recognizing their accomplishments as well as a photo to capture the moment. This year we have 85 seniors who will receive their fourth year plaque at their banquet, and I think it's about 36 of them have a 4.0 GPA. Now, with this group of freshmen, they are the first group that has gone over 100 students to be recognized. In fact, there are 115 freshmen to be recognized this evening. So would you please give a round of applause? With that being said, then the challenge will be how many of those 115 will make it to senior year. I'm hoping that you all will, as typically most of the seniors that started out as freshmen will end up as plaque recipients. At this point, we'd like the A through K freshmen to line up, and we're going to have you line up alphabetically to my right, which would be your left, going towards the door. Now, Mr. Fisher assures me you are our brightest and best students, and you can do this without having to, actually read the names. So, if you would please line up in alphabetical order. Program, if you do need a hint. And there's no penalty if somebody is out of order. All right, when we start calling them, ladies and gentlemen, if you will stay front and center for us, and then we're going to have you go into a gym and we'll do a big group picture. And at that time, if Mom and Dad, if you guys will do the applause before they go into the gym, and they'll do a photo op. So, are we ready? Looks like it. Miss Sydney Adams.
Sydney, come up.
Please hold your applause. Thank you. Okay, hoop and holler when the group is done. David Albert. Adam Anderson. Not here. Rachel, no. Must be not Megan. Emma. Jacob. All right, there you go. Hannah Beck. Cody Brzin. Mitchell Bohing. No, that's not you. Jordan. No. Yes, Jordan Bowling. Thank you. Caitlin Brown. Nicholas Bruning. Paige Bushnell. Gabrielle Cato. What's your right hand, man? Michaela Klein. Amber Collins. Matthew Conaway. Kevin Koss. Joshua Cram. Cassandra Kudnick. Evan Davis. Isabella Presley. Sorry, Presley Davis. Isabella DiCamillo. Karen Doyle. Hannah Durst. Kara Elmo-Howes. Yeah, that's my first time. Miranda Faudry. Courtney Franzik. Spencer Furr. Kyle Gates. Trenton George. Michelle Glowich. Anna Green. Kaylin Gridley. Alyssa Grierson. Kevin Guerra. Taylor Henry. Hallie Hertrick. Caitlin Holton. Jacob, no, you're not Jacob. Isabella Illig. Michael Jacobson. Marcus Key. Alyssa Keller. McKenna Kelly. Leah Kirschbaum. Kyle Kitterman. Zachary Kuhn. Alicia Curlick.
Nicholas Law. Alyssa Leach. Olivia Lasser. I was confused. All right, Zane Longer. Matthew Lowry. Alicia Major. Daisy Magus. Aaron Markgraf. Miguel Marquez de Jesus Stone. Nathaniel McCluskey. Corey McGinnis. Tyler McGroder. Jessica McPeak. Emily Meisterheim. Sean Miller. Audrey Mix. Benjamin Mosick. Nicholas Morasic. Bailey Mulkey. Austin Naniger. Austin Nichols. Philip Orley. Peter Otterman. Sarah Pauley. Alexander Potter. Mackenzie Preston. Vincent Primer. Bailey Mahalski. Sorry. Jack Rieger. Dylan Richardson. Paige Sabo-Dolich. Hey, can we quiet down for a second over there, guys? Okay. Elena Sanders. Justin Sappy. Jacob Schaefer. Mason Schrock. Michael Sarah. Alexander Shelton. Sierra Shortridge. Trevor Sidewan. Megan Sill. Sydney Sines. Jacob Smith. Connor Smith. Tate Sorber. Emily St. John. Michael Steinmetz. Edward Stocker. Delaney Sumrow. Matthew Subak. Heather Tanner. Brandon Terelmis. Samantha Tromba. Brian Trussell. That's not you. Rebecca Turek. Jordan Bannock. Alex Fernie. Desiree Wells. Mackenzie West. Bradley Weinhold. Big round of applause for all of our participants.
That group should head into the gym. Go ahead. All right, before we conclude tonight, Not bad, 15 minutes. That's just how I like it. Two big thank yous. You haven't tasted yet. Trust me, the food is outstanding. So join me in thanking our kitchen staff. Janice, my head kitchen lady. Thank you, Janice. This is Janice Cohen. You have to be nice to her or she won't give you anything. So I learned a long time ago. And, yes. Yes. And lastly but not least, the person responsible comes off really smooth. I always look good. But Mrs. Colleen Trent does all the legwork, all the planning, ordering everything. Join me in thanking her for a very nice program. And lastly, again, thank you to our speakers and A through K students. They're in getting a picture, so you get to go first to go get something to eat. Thank you again for coming. Enjoy the rest of the evening.